No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no! He tries to activate it a few more times.
You continuously, and it continues to maintain its status as non-functional.
What did you do?
Rick.
He is going to quickly close the distance with Dyer and try to actually punch him in the face with the prosthetic.
Go for it.
Alright.
So that's 21 total.
Alright, yeah, that fucking hits.
So that's 1 damage.
Dyer's gonna fucking... He's gonna punch you in the face. Strain purpose. Strain half. Fuck you, Chad. Is it 1 and no strength?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because Rakt does not have a strength mod.
There you go.
at this point, Rifter finally arrives.
Rifter
And you
having
see that they're just beginning to belt the shit out of each other.
Rifter sees this, and then, how weak does Dyer look?
Dyer looks like he's a little bit hurt, but you've seen him plenty worse.
Okay.
Whereas Rakt
case-
look, like he's fucked.
In that case, as Rifter runs, the words that he spoke a little while ago about not killing somebody, unless absolutely necessary, ring to him. And rather than going on his initial intention of immediately one-shotting him, he puts away his daggers and he's going in for a fucking sneak attack karate chop. Either that or the back of his pommel, whichever one would be more effective. Like smacking him on the back, non-lethal basically. And then, okay, I'm going to 45. I actually can dash over there with my bonus action. So I go ahead and I dash over. Wait. Actually, let me see if I can make it behind him. I can. Oh, I can make it right next to him. Okay, cool. I go ahead and I snap right next to him, and I'm going to immediately just to the side of his face, pommel strike him.
Go for it.
Okay, cool. Would I roll
It's an attack.
Yeah, I know it's sneak attack. I'm saying, like, would I just roll my normal damage, or would I, would I roll a d4? What would I roll here?
You should roll your normal damage, because we'll say that the non-lethal and the sneak attack are canceling out.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay, that's a 27. We take those.
What the?
As you run up, Rekt turns to face you as you just jam the butts of each of your daggers onto the sides of his neck, and he instantly goes limp and just kind of falls backwards under the grass, completely unconscious, as you've, like, just absolutely tenderized some of his pressure points in his neck.
As I knock him unconscious, I at least hope the last thing he hears is, "I cannot allow you to take another one of my family."
The moment you show up, and as Rag falls, Dyer like turns to you, his fist raised. He's like, "Oh, Rifter."
And I give you a hug, and I just say, "I'm so glad you're all right."
He seems shocked. He does not return the hug immediately, but he hugs you one arm. His other arm's pretty limp,
And then
and he looks.
yeah, I just look
Yeah.
at you and say, "What the fuck happened?"
He wanted to know who killed his mom. I couldn't tell him.
I nod. How far out are we?
You're about 12 seconds out at this point.
in feet?
100.
Well,
Let's go like
b-
140.
Okay.
before they arrive, he goes and picks up the one manacle that missed, and that's the only one that's probably still intact, and he puts it on Rag's arms with his hands on his back.
Rakt is completely beaten and bruised and obviously not in any state to resist.
Dyer looks at Rifter.
Mate, you
Fuck
really
would I do
fucked him up.
Well, it's either that or let him kill. Couldn't. It was necessary. I don't know.
I know, mate. I ain't judging on that front. I'm saying good shit.
It was a one shot. He's just kind of just Rag's on the floor. He's just just sitting in front of him, not doing anything. He assumes that the rest are catching up.
Who had haste casted on themselves, by the way? Was it just
Me and
Junhuff?
Darius. I said twin haste, so me.
He
and
twins.
Ah, I
Shinhoff
gotcha.
and
Okay.
Darius. That's why we were talking about how far away we were.
You now arrive on the scene.
Can I see visibly that Rifter is still undisguised?
Yes.
Can I erect a... Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Just around them in a dome.
Oh.
And then...
Okay.
Do I have enough movement to get there with haste after doing that?
You can get most of the way there, yeah. Probably to, like, here.
You created a dome. Okay.
And, I mentally yell at Rifter. I say, Rifter, your disguise.
And I suddenly realize, and I don't know if I can talk back, but I basically just mumble to myself, oh, heat of the moment, and I morph back into Vermilion.
Yeah.
You
When you
need
do
to go
that,
ahead and give
Dyer-
me your concentration check.
Okay. Right. We take those, 13.
Alright. Dyer, you see as over the course of like 2 or 3 attempts having failed, he eventually manages to bring himself to his correct
Yeah.
appearance.
Dyer's just looking at him as he would look at any other person shifting, and he says, "You're supposed to train that by, dropping yourself from your bed and doing a push-up when you hit the floor. That's how you spook yourself. Or you'll tell somebody to, sneak up on you and scare you every couple minutes."
Is that how you did it?
And
Yeah,
then as I
my-
hear him talk in Vermilion's voice, I just instantly lower it.
There's a
Quick
gentle
thinking.
there's a gentle sear in the amongst all of the other battle wreckage of the field from certain sections having been partially teleported to other bits just having been completely seared off, the gentle circle of very controlled flame does not actually upset the scene that much.
It was
I assume there's a
actually-
lot of like,
It was
oh
lightning,
yeah,
not flame.
wall of lightning. Yeah, no, there's a lot of like bottles, broken manacles. There's a lot of items laying around, which one of those is a broken wand of magic missiles.
What in the 9 is going on here?
I look at Darius and I say, he shakes his head and he says, "No pity."
So, what you reckon we all do with him?
Turn him in. I don't know.
Turn him into
Darius
what?
stands up. Nothing. I guess he didn't do anything, huh?
He tried
Murder.
to kill you, right?
Yeah, but he really fucking failed.
That doesn't make it any less attempted murder.
Yeah, let's turn him in, I guess.
Actually, there is another solution.
Hmm.
And I continue.
Looks at you.
Ever since your brother opened up that portal, I had started studying them, and I think I've been able to learn the spell enough to where I'm comfortable using it. If you want me to, I can open a portal. We can throw him in and be done with it.
To Chibalo.
Wherever we've already been, preferably. The more familiar the location, the better. The more accurate, rather.
Oh. Actually, no, let's not turn him in. I need to talk to him. Even if we turn him in, he's just gonna break out and find us again, I guess.
I for one say the best solution would be to throw him into the dungeon without a bead.
I'll be basically killing him, and I would rather not.
No, you misunderstand. He goes in with a bead. We leave him there without one.
I see.
Before we do that, I still want to talk to him one last time. I'm new to this whole revenge plot thing. Not very used to dealing with this, especially not on the receiving end.
Yeah,
Why did he attack you? Why would he think you did it of all people?
Because I got a big mouth.
If anyone, I thought he would attack me.
No, yeah, you were one of the first suspects. Don't worry about it. You still have that credit.
Surprised it wasn't me.
At this
No, he
point,
said.
Lorik, along with two other Delmarv who are clearly in his keeping, arrive.
What in the hell's even happened?
We
Don't worry,
were
we'll
playing
be-
with fireworks. I pointed all the debris, like all the items, broken the manacles, flasks.
God, I leave you all alone for 5 minutes.
It's been 5 minutes.
It's alright,
I was
Lorik.
just playing with broken shit.
We're just about winding up here.
Aye, sorry it made such a ruckus.
Not that we were involved.
No, just me.
The other two Delmarv clearly being of, we won't say new blood, but very inexperienced, are completely just defecting to whatever. Defecting is not the right word. Deferring to
Deferring?
whatever Lorik's choices.
Alright. Dyer, I need you
Looks up.
to explain exactly what happened.
He looks at Rakt. Looks at Lorik. This guy, he has beef with me, and I would like to talk to him a bit before you guys, I don't know, throw him in the dungeon. Let
I thought
him
you all
sleep
left
with rats.
I thought you all left Chibalo on relatively good terms. What in the hell's happened?
Someone killed his mom?
Sorry,
And
but
he
it's an
knows that
eyebrow.
we know who.
I don't know who.
Well, he knows that
You
Well-
Dyer knows
does.
too, at the very least.
I know, and that was enough for this ruckus. He gives you a smile. Can we just give a bit and wake him up? Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
We don't.
And I also look over at Schönhoff and Aquila, and I pat the palm of my dagger. I say, "It should please you to know that your wishes had been respected."
Yes, I
Yes.
was surprised to come here and not see another dead body with you.
I'm a man of my word.
That's good to hear.
Wait a couple minutes, I guess.
Alright, let's.
Or we could drag him to the dungeon and you could just wait outside the bars.
Dragging him
Fair
to the
enough. The
dungeon would
dungeon
take
is a ways
days.
away.
Regardless, I do make an effort to take any sort of weapons he might have. I know he had a gun, but anything else, any equipment, anything I think might be useful, I'm gonna go ahead and nab that.
You managed to
Gloves,
take
too.
just about everything. However, there is one weapon that, at least, I would say that your character's not entirely morally capable to do so right now, and you would have
Would
some
that be his arm?
reservations on being literally his magical arm.
Yeah, I don't take that.
Okay.
Isn't it like? Oh yeah, right. He didn't blow it up. Never mind. Yeah, no. So
I wasn't able to.
yeah, I forgot. So yeah, I just leave the arm as is, and I kind of go. When I think about taking it, I just leave it be.
No, don't take. Yeah, don't take off his arm. He says as he sees you like doing grabby hands. He like
No,
stops you.
like I'm about to go for it, and I'm like moving back as you say. I say,
Yeah.
yeah.
If we're going to detain him, we need to know what type of magics he employed. Was there anything that he could use to avoid containment?
Well, I would say his arm, but his arm really wasn't much besides just it casts like basic magic. No, nothing that would let him teleport out, as far as I know. And can we like I
Nice
don't know
dealing
throw
with
him in
somebody
an? You were saying?
It's nice dealing with someone that can't just teleport away.
Laughs
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
blink.
it is.
I'm pretty sure even if we take off his arm, he can still do it.
He can
Might
still
as
do
well
what?
just teleport. He can teleport. He can
I-
do like
That's explicitly what I was asking, Dyer.
yeah, but he doesn't use his arm for it. I don't know. I don't think he does. I'm not taking off his arm.
I just wanted reservations for what to expect when he wakes up.
Even if he tries anything, as long as it's a spell, I can attempt to counterspell it.
Yeah. We got our good old boy here.
All right, let's get him safely stowed away, and we can figure out what to do with him from there.
As we're walking away, I turn to Rifter and I say, Rifter, if it's not too much of a problem later, could we have a chat in relative privateness?
I nod, and I'm a bit confused, but I go with it.
Don't worry, I say it's nothing bad.
I nod, and I just continue onward.
And Dyer, you said he wanted a chat with him when he woke up, right?
When we set up something in a dungeon tomorrow, I don't know. I need some rest. Like, can you? I don't put him on a chair, in a zone of truth, and point at him with your smite sword, and
I'll keep an eye
just
on
wanna.
him.
If you'd like, Dyer, I might be able to help you getting any information out of him.
Yeah,
It's one of my less desirable skills, but one nonetheless.
we need all the tricks we can get. Can we set that up, Lorik? Like an interrogation tomorrow.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. Barry stands up, pats the sand off his butt, and yeah, gets going.
Did any of you have any idea he would be this stable?
I thought he would be grieving, but not quite like this.
He was out for vengeance for the killer of his mother. I expected this against someone, but Dyer would be the last one I would have expected him to lash out at.
Losing someone like that has a scar, a tear that changes you.
I imagine you know that better than almost anyone, Rifter.
I know
He would have said Vermilion.
Yeah, I know. Redacted. But yeah, he nods his head and he looks down at Rakt's unconscious form, and He just kind of mumbles, "Maybe I would have been the same."
Who
Dyer
knows?
looks at you guys and says, "Well, now that I know who my mother is, he would have killed her."
I doubt he could have.
Yeah, she's strong. She seems strong.
I mean, he had trouble with you, and she is stronger than any of us, it seems.
You're gonna ask her to teach me some non-tricks, actual skills. That would be great.
Maybe.
It seems you've
Speaking
got
of,
some actual skills of your own, and he sort of gestures towards Rakt's unconscious body.
it,
I just, I just smashed bottles over his head until he went down.
Rifter walks over and grabs Dyer's arm and like raises it like a champion, and he makes a ding ding sound.
There it says, we did end up just punching each other, I guess.
Yeah, pretty good too. Barely had to intervene.
That's how every fight devolves into.
With
For-
Lorik's
for-
permission, the two who came with him return to their perimeter duty.
He very quickly grants that permission.
When you say that's how all fights devolve, and he Rifter kind of chuckles. He says, "Nah, mate, that's when I run."
I can safely say very few fights I've been in have turned into fights.
So
Does the
All
party
right,
start to head back towards town?
Yeah.
I'd say so, yeah. Lorik is going to find an appropriate holding facility for Rakt and try to arrange a meeting for the next day.
Rifter is basically doting on Dyer. Every 2 seconds, he's like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" Asking him if he can get him anything. Like he's basically momming him.
Aw.
Right, no. Dyer's like, he's like very happy, but also returns the joke. He's like, yeah, can you like, yeah, thanks, mom. Can you like cook me some veggies too?
Rifter cooks
My
him
a-
veggies. and he says, "You will eat your vegetables, young man."
Fine. Eats.
Darius, that information gathering technique you mentioned, is it that spell?
Could be, but that's not what I'm referring to.
Good. What exactly were you referring to then?
It's less. Let's just say torture is one of the things you learn as you want to.
Perhaps we should save that as a last resort if he refuses to answer through his own truth.
Just in making the suggestion, I'm not inclined to go back to the roots of my people.
I know, which is why I tend to favor magics.
I don't suspect we'll have to torture him to get anything out of him.
Just, if anything else, I could also just speak with him as well.
That might work.
I have some questions of my own.
Well, let's get to it then.
As you start to head back to town, Lorik, you end up getting a little bit of information from some of the locals on what to do in this activity. There is a jail and courthouse in the core of the city, which, as you begin to, if you so choose, they will make room for.
He will try to get a cell set up for Rakt in the meantime.
You guys are in the bottom right section.
Just since nobody was talking, I'm just gonna take the opportunity. Schernhoff said he wanted to talk to Rifter one-on-one, so I'm just like, what does he do that during the Coliseum or as we're walking? Or
We can do it like later this session during like a slow time, or we can just make it like a mini session.
okay, either one.
Alrighty, so we get to town. I assume Lorik and Rag are off and Darius are off to the dungeon.
Yep, as
well,
you
Dyer-
move up, you have access up here to where the prison is, which you
Oh,
access
yeah.
and deposit them in with no difficulties.
So I got it.
Also, I'm assuming Aquila does this, but Rifter is doting on Dyer's recovery as well for his
Naturally.
wounds and stuff.
I'm assuming Rakt still has manacles on or something, or
They
some
do.
sort of
Yeah.
restraint. Then Darius is going to be in the cell, waiting right in front of his face, like staring him directly in his eyes for when he'll be waking up.
Gotcha.
Well, but I do assume that Dyer has mentioned that he wants to wait until like he wants to take a break before doing the interrogation. But of course, Darius is free to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, Darius has questions of his own.
Gotcha. But yeah, Dyer looks at Aquila and Vermilion and where's Strunhoff? Where's Strunhoff?
I'm also at the jail, but you don't know that.
Oh.
You're asking where I
So-
am.
So, well,
You do
I
get
need
to
s-
see the rest of the adventuring party gathered around with this small crystalline orb.
she said, "Well, let's go check that out. We have nothing else to do."
The orb.
As we're walking, you say we have nothing else to do. Vermilion suddenly stops and is like, oh, and
Looks at
snaps
you.
his fingers, points to you, and says, "Actually," and I kind of rub my like the top of my titty with the brass of my knuckles. I'm like,
He raises an eyebrow.
your boy's got a date, kinda, not really, but she's cute." And
She yells over because she's like right next to you, and she's like, "I can hear you."
And he suddenly says, "How the fuck did I not notice that?" And he walks over and he's like, "So no big deal, just saved my friend. A brave act of heroism, I know. Very charming." And I say this as an
Knight in
obvious
white.
joke.
He shouts, and he joins the orb.
She
Party?
shrugs a little bit, and she says, "Well, sure, Dyer did." And she looks over to Dyer, and she says, "You did good. You did a great job." And then she turns to Vermilion, and she's like, "I guess punching him in the neck's not too bad."
Hey, hit. And I hit the back, the palm of my dagger. By the way, how tall is Emma? Out of curiosity. I
Taller
forgot.
than you.
Okay, cool.
Man,
But that's not
Whoa.
saying much.
Yeah, and I kind of like do a fake like mocking flex. I'm like, not exactly well armed.
Some of the other members of the adventuring party just have gentle chuckles. Pretty much everybody except excuse me, needed water.
It's
Oh,
funny
there
because
we
they
go,
think
there we
that's a joke, but that's just the lack of
Everybody
speech.
but Rodin pretty much laughs at it.
And so
So-
yeah, I just let Dyer know that I'll catch up with him, and I continue my my talk with Emma.
I wish him good luck.
I give him a wink, and then I give him a peace sign.
So, Sternhoff, you were there in Chibala, right?
yeah.
Was he anything like this back then?
the anger wasn't directed at us, it was directed at what was it again? I think for a second. It was a displacer, but this thing was rather large to be a displacer beast.
A displacer beast, you say?
Yeah. Much larger than the ones I had seen that one time.
I see.
There was
Lorik.
only one.
Lorik just silently starts power walking out of the prison.
Where are you going? And I just turn and look at Darius.
Probably going to speak with Dyer right now.
I hope his head doesn't get to him.
And Darius is just speaking, but still staring completely at Rakt.
I look at Drifter. Aren't dates supposed to be longer?
Tomorrow, my friend. Tomorrow.
Ah.
Lorik storms up to Zeus and half shouts, "What in the hells did you do?"
He interposes between the two.
Zeus just puts up his hands.
I say, "Whoa, what's happening?"
I was informed that the entire reason for all of this is a displacer beast. The only person I know who controls those things. What in the hells did you do?
What?
I mean, it doesn't. It's a funny topic to bring up in front of our new companions, isn't it? He points at the orb party.
As you kind of look at
And-
them, most of them, like Lara, not outstanding. Like pretty much everybody but Lyra is just looking at the orb, and you see like literally you and Rakt fighting as it like replays out the fight.
What the fuck is that?
Celis looks up. We were watching.
Why were you watching?
You had it under control.
Well, yeah, that's why you shouldn't be watching. Turn it off.
What exactly can this thing see?
She ends up saying if you want to go over it in detail, we can do that.
Okay.
That points at like across the little dirt road to Lorik, and ushers Zeus over. And he says, That's fucking music.
Yeah, this
Look,
music is
Aaron,
kind of a tonal
Both
dissonance.
Air wanted it. Do not blame me.
Yeah, okay, we were
Look.
supposed
No, it's
to
fine,
get
it's
to
fine.
like festivities and actually having the frickin' New Year's party bullshit. But
Both of you
instead
do
we're
assume this
sticking on
party-
this, but I understand why we're sticking on this.
You want me
both
to
of you do
find
assume this
something
party
else
can be
or
happy.
Because I can find something else.
Sure, find something else, we'll get back to this.
Okay.
Neutral, something neutral. It doesn't need to be sad and something like that. He says, dude, not dude. He doesn't say dude. Lorik, it's. You want the whole truth? I'll tell you the whole truth. Just maybe if we step away from them, unless they can hear us through the orb, and he turns to the orb. No, doesn't seem to be the case. He turns back. I'll tell you everything. It's just I was just questioned about it, and I'm still not ready to, spit out all my beans.
Again with the goddamned beans.
That's an actual idiom. I'm not trying to thieves can't.
Ah.
Mhm.
Beans,
for
beans,
William.
beans, 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 beans. Rifter says.
Lorik suddenly has a migraine.
Quick, say beans so he goes away. Nah, he nods at Lorik and gives him like a very polite smile in a sense, and he says, "Shouldn't we be enjoying some festivities? You know, there's a lot of good cheer to go around."
At this
Well,
point, it's
as
a
soon as
little
we-
bit afternoon. The general mood of the atmosphere is just everybody trying to get plenty of rest before tomorrow's big activities start up early in the morning.
So it's more of a wind-up day.
Yeah, tomorrow's when the
Gotcha.
festivities begin, the 2-day festival.
Gotcha.
Enjoy ourselves when the festival actually starts. In the meantime, I need to know what in the hell's actually happened.
What if we head to the dungeon then? We'll talk there. And Zeus doesn't need to come. Trust me. Because I need... He looks at Zeus and he says, because I need Zeus with that party.
He takes a moment, he nods his head and says, "Oh, okay, Dire."
Says,
And there's a pretty hefty sigh as he does it, as, not as a I'm relieved, but as a I'm stressed.
he says, just keep an eye out on them and, you know, just be our link. Be our sending stone, I guess. He says. He chuckles at Zeus.
He just rolls his eyes a little.
Head to the dungeon. And, you know, look at Aquila because she's our only party member left behind. Couldn't have that.
What are we doing?
We're heading through a dungeon and be serious.
See.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Would you be more comfortable with me there, or if I stayed
I
behind?
mean, if you want to go, of course, yeah, no. If you want to go enjoy the festivities, then for sure go. We're just.
I
probably
just want to
gonna
know
stare
if you
at-
want me there or not.
We're gonna stare at Rakt if you want to come along.
I mean, if he's still unconscious, then I don't know what the point is.
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll be at the
I'm gonna
dungeon.
look around.
Gotcha. He very awkwardly turns around and he says, "All right, let's go."
Boy.
Stay safe.
You too.
Boy.
He very he's actually he seems like he wants to go to the dungeon and he walks fast.
Aces pass.
Shh, do not. Oh, he's already in the cell. That was fast.
Well, that tends to be one of the first things you take care of when there's a mage, for lack of a better term, in need of imprisonment.
Well,
Magic using cunt.
is Darius in there? He like kind of peeks his head around the grate.
Darius is
Yes.
essentially just staring at his face like a foot away.
As
Does he do that a lot?
Rifter says that I
Well,
sneeze,
if I know.
As Rifter says that,
yeah,
We have
He
a
doesn't
magic
like- I
user.
didn't- Oh no, I don't mean like.
no,
Imagine-
Sternhoff, you were saying something?
yeah. As Rifter says that I sneeze,
Oh,
Yeah.
you sneeze. Full stop.
yeah.
Got it.
And when
I take offense to that remark.
and I say no. I mean, he's a cunt who uses magic, not, you know.
I see.
I feel a little bit better.
I feel like I don't know how Twitch TOS feels about this.
Monka TOS.
Monk us.
Monka.
Monkey.
Well,
Monkey.
Lord,
Hey, to any
Lord,
Twitch staff
what-
reviewing this, I'm not a part of that.
Whoa, I'm gonna get.
he
bit.
is. He's our
Whoa.
dad. He's
Nope,
DM.
nope, definitely
We're
not.
all at
You know
his
what? I am a
responsibility.
part of this, and I'm a part of it for telling you off and saying, "Hey, don't, idiot."
What if you do anyway?
Then, drastic measures.
Oh no.
Oh,
gonna say
you
you're-
know what? You know what? Rakt will be banished from Chabala. That's what'll
no.
happen if you keep this up.
That looks like something that doesn't seem to be very bad.
No, it doesn't. That's the point, idiot. Anyway, let's continue.
Oh, anyways, back to the session. Yeah. He says, so Lorik, so what do you want to know?
I need to know exactly what the hell happened in Chabala, so that I know why he is going after all of you.
Well, just him.
I was ready to explain it to you until you stormed out.
The door
What if we split the
the
story?
door to the jail cells is now closed. There's a
Says-
semblance of privacy.
Who wants to go first? He looks at Vermilion and Strunhoff and Lorik.
I would
I
say you're the
can-
closest, Dyer, so to him at least.
All right. Well, we got to Chibalo. We got into normal adventuring shenanigans. We tried to diffuse some fighting amongst some groups. Then something happened. We met Rakt. He's quite a fella. He was just running away from his responsibilities, leaving the palace. You know how royalty are. And we ended up in his palace, just for fun. They knew Zeus because Zeus knows scary people, and we had dinner. Agula came with me. We were both invited to the palace, and after a bit, we just were lollygagging, and we ended up in the basement by mistake. Just like how I ended up in Lowe's basement, that happened. And
Lord nods.
And then apparently there were some shady things happening in the basement, just like in Lowe's basement. What's with the basements? I look at Vermilion, who probably also frequents basements, considering his profession.
He just kind of shrugs. I'm gonna be honest, mate. I don't really have much know-how.
But yeah, after that, I was captured, and somebody can tag in.
At this point, Darius, you see his Rakt barely starts to move a little bit.
He's just sitting there unflinching, staring.
Does anybody else want to tell some of the story?
I'll continue, but I'll get to the important parts. This displacer beast, when we were preoccupied, ended up getting into the palace somehow, into the lower areas, and killing his mother and several other of the palace officials that were down there with it. And
Well, it seems
Rakt-
like
Rakt ended up attacking it, but it would not attack him back. It stood there like it was being commanded.
I wonder who in the hells was commanding.
I think we all know, but that's
But le-
not the point right now.
yeah, Dyer interjects. But here's the important bit. He's well, of course he's fiddling with his bag and shit.
The bag chooses you. Mess with it.
Oh, sorry, wrong bag. And he changes bags. I was imprisoned in that basement for a bit, and I was risking to have my memory wiped. We met some people down there that lost their memories, and one of them just straight up didn't even know who they were. I was in one of those machines that they use to wipe people's memories, and I was frustrated. I was angry because never in my life has anything like that happened. So Zeus, out of character, messaged me and asked me if I wanted to take revenge. And I said yes. That's all you need to know.
If I can interject here, I think it's important that we tell Lorik that it was his mother who imprisoned him, if I'm recalling this correctly.
Good point.
Very important detail there when seeking revenge and all.
So if anything, it was my hand, Lorik. Just know that. Rather,
It was still
my
Zeus.
brain.
It was Zeus who put the blade in your hand.
My brain, his hand.
Rifter doesn't really know how to consolidate him other than saying, if it's any consolation, I don't think you did anything wrong. I mean, I'll just
Beautiful
talk now.
chuckles.
Without
This
moving
is-
at all, Darius says, Zeus is not who you should be focused on right now.
Rakt begins to, like, he sort of starts to begin to move over, but he's still not entirely to, but he's just getting there.
Should we all go sit in front of him and look at him?
No, I mean
I'll wait
your
outside.
accusations, Lorik, your anger. Don't direct it towards him. Direct it towards the one that nearly, or at least tried to, kill Dyer.
I have plenty of anger for both.
I am surprised
Say-
and dire to hear that that was your call. Doesn't sound like something you would do.
If Dyer asked
Growing
me
up-
to kill that woman in revenge, I would have done it. Would you have had the same contempt for me?
That's not what I mean.
No,
I
I'm
meant
done.
him
No,
calling
he's
upon
gesturing
your
towards.
brother.
He's different
Different
towards
being-
Lorik.
In your hypothetical scenario, Dyer is the one who approached you. The way Dyer tells it, Zeus came to him and put the knife in Dyer's hand.
If it's any consolation, I would have done it without asking.
That's a good friend, he says, but he still looks sad.
Oi.
At this
Listen,
point,
it was either-
Rakt's finally starting to, like his eyes are barely opening as he sees Darius's face immediately in front of him.
Regardless, we're about to get our answers now.
Dyer
Certainly
stays
seemed that way.
walks in. Stands over here.
Welcome back, meat.
Rakt kind of startles for a moment and starts like wriggling against the manacles as he sees Dyer in the corner of the room.
Nice try.
Dyer just staring back.
I suggest you start speaking.
What about?
You know full well about. Don't take me for an idiot.
Well, he all but admitted that it was his fault. So what was I supposed to do?
I just said I can't tell you who it is.
And that right there is practically an admission.
And
And what?
He kind of, the manacles kind of rattle as they're currently chained to the floor as he kind of yanks up on them.
so you would try and kill one of my compatriots on a suspicion.
It's not a suspicion if you know.
Oh, you know,
Am I wrong?
That's not important. Do you know?
Yes.
I mean, I
At the
literally
very
didn't tell
least-
you anything.
Even if he wasn't the one who did it, he is covering for whoever did it. And therefore he's just as guilty as they are.
Dyer looks down when he says that.
At this point, Rifter kind of walks over and looks down at him. Very odd for him. He looks down and he just kind of says, "Mate, I hate to break it to you. As much as emotional attachment you may have, they were not good people."
I don't think I know that.
I think you do, and I think you're confused.
And why the hell wouldn't I be confused?
I don't.
Half of my life isn't even there. My memory is shot to the hells and back. All I have is one purpose. One thing to try and fix the fucking pity I get from everyone.
It's not pity, lad, that I have for ye.
I'm not talking about you.
I know. I'm clarifying. I mean, you are lashing out at the world in an unproductive manner. Rage burns away all that is good within you. If you need to stab up a lad to, get your aggressions out, there's plenty of cunts that have it coming. There's no reason to settle on innocent folk.
Dyer winces at that.
And like it or not, he is innocent. As far as I can say. I look over at Dyer. And if you need someone to be angry at, and I kind of kneel down to him, I look face to face, and I get more malicious at this point. I kind of give him like a more threatening smile. I would have done it if I got the chance. You can put all your anger on me if you want. I don't care.
Can I
No.
really, though?
Listen, Rakt.
What?
You have a. If you have a problem with me, I'm not going to tell you who did it, because your problem is with me. You're gonna get locked up, because you're an enemy to everybody and yourself. But the day you somehow, burst out of jail because you're a smart guy, come looking for me. Don't fucking do that stupid thing where you go and try to get people around me. I'm easy to find.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will. And he walks out, angry.
Rakt kind of yanks on the manacles once more. And Lorik walks out as well. And you still want that meeting tomorrow?
Please. Just one last meeting before I can't get into the festivities like this anyways. But not today. My head is not in my head. No, brain, skull.
I understand what you mean.
This entire time, Darius, as you've been looking, each time he yanks on the manacles, you notice a clear discrepancy, as one of his hands is actually lifting up the manacles when he does so, and the other one is just kind of dragged along by the manacles.
What do you hope to gain out of this revenge, Rakt?
Rakt looks down for probably an uncomfortably long time, trying to figure out an answer.
Let me ask you an easier question. Would you kill someone? Independent of anything that they've done, would you kill them?
Not for no reason, no.
Thought so. You seem hyperfixated on this justification of, oh, he's hiding someone that killed your mother, or he is the one that killed your mother. If you need to find justification to kill someone, you're not fit to kill in the first place.
And who made you the judge of that?
You're from the Savage Kingdoms. I'm sure you've seen Yuan-Ti before.
I have. Suppose I'm not as intimately familiar with them as you are. How long do you think you'll have them fooled?
You do know Yuan-Ti. You know just how to make me tick.
Fire knocks on the grate. Should we should get going there's.
He looks back at Dyer, nods and says, "You're right." He leans in close to Rakt in his eye, into his ear, and says, "The only reason you're not dead right now is because Dyer does not deem it acceptable." And fuck, that was very poorly.
No. Read it.
It sounded right.
The only reason you're not dead on the spot is because Dyer doesn't want it. And he gets up and walks away.
Fuck, you just held him. I didn't hear that.
As the
It would
doors
have
opened
been
and closed.
It would have been in his motion of standing up. So if you weren't in range to hear it, it would have just seemed like he was just standing up and leaning in.
Oh, he didn't even see you like leaning. Okay, gotcha. So, all right.
Rifter probably would have heard a glimpse of it.
Rifter did, but he agrees.
Well, do you have anything else to say, Rifter?
I just say, why don't you lads get on out of here? I just want one last conversation alone.
And I go ahead and I undo all of my weapons and I say, I put them over by Strunhoff. I say, honest.
I'm not leaving, I say. I trust you, but I'm not leaving because you can't cast Counterspell.
I nod my head. I go ahead and I look face to face with
Does
Rakt.
Dyer make their way out?
Dyer tells Strunhoff he's probably all dry anyways, and he heads out. He's kind of done for the day. He's still trying to think what he's gonna do tomorrow.
Rifter kind of kneels down and he says, I am sorry things ended this way. And he repeats what Dyer says. If you ever leave, because you're a smart guy, come find me, to paraphrase. And he just kind of looks up at Rakt and he gets more intense and very very menacing now. And he just says, no, he is off limits. If anything happens to him, I will do worse than kill you. And I leave. And I grab my shit.
We go probably to the inn to check in.
And as I'm making my way out, I just glance at him and I say, it wasn't me either, for the record. And I make my
I know
way over
that.
to jail.
Boys. In?
Boys. in pub tavern. Alcohol.
Hi.
At this point,
We need
it's starting
rest.
to be a gentle bit of afternoon. Probably the sun's at about where it would be at about 5 o'clock for us.
By the way, I said that Lord gave Dyer some lay on hands points, probably 30.
30. Well, I'm almost back to full. He thanks Lorik as he does the lay on hands. Says,
Dyer, are you alright?
Mhm. I'm a rat on the this, and then he like points at his body. It's just my head hurts. It's a lot of trauma for me in one day.
I can imagine. I'm sorry I left. I should know better by now.
No, it's fine because he puts one hand on your armor shoulder plate. He says, "It's about the town I grew up, I guess.
Still,
Can't be
every
relying
time,
on my."
Still, every time I leave, something goes to the hells.
Oh,
To be fair, it happens even when you're here.
Yes,
Not a
but
he has a point. He points at Darius.
not as often, though.
I don't understand why we're not having this conversation over drinks. And Rifter is
He also has a point.
He does have a point.
His point is much better. Let's go.
Great point. Head to the tavern /in. Oh, is this
Oh, I
it?
don't.
Oh, we're literally
that's
outside of it.
I leave
That's
my
convenient,
slime
having-
at the door, and I clarify with the bartender that slimes are allowed inside.
She nods. In some of our other
The,
establishments, maybe not, but here we're close enough. Just about anybody's welcome. Only question is the slime paying, or are you?
Yes.
Alright. Now we can put on the happy music.
Alright.
I think.
Happy music.
happy music.
So, Rifter, you notice, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said happy music so soon, but it still works, As you look in, you notice that the centerpiece of the table is actually, like, not so much of a table and more so, other things. Specifically a restraining table, which brings back a little bit of bad memories from way back in the day, but it's still interesting.
Why is this here?
The bartender speaks up. Thought it would be funny.
It's funny. Alright, what's it?
I like her.
Yeah, funny.
Is everything alright?
Darius completely avoids that table as well.
Ah,
I asked for the bartender, like, you got anything strong and bitter and manly?
Pick two of them. I got anything for any of them, but not something for all of them.
We've got some milk over here, Dyer.
No, I said bitter and manly.
Dyer, are you really sure?
But you drink this all the time in El Hectorum.
Milk is manly, it
Shut
builds
up!
strong bones.
I have strong bones. I survived. Look.
Strong bones for strong manly men.
Listen, I can't be drinking milk. How do I even get ladies like that?
Well, to me, it seems like your problem is less about getting them.
He pauses. He loads. Wait, what do you mean?
Well, as I recall, you and Samus are... Well,
Yeah,
it's
but it
good
end-
terms, but still. Maybe I really should.
He turns around and says, bitter and manly.
Maybe I really should do jokes to the rest of you.
Does she ever come back with the jokes?
Vermilion
does.
orders a spiked lemonade, by the way, like a 30% kind of deal.
The group of you end up being able to get out for about 3 silver each.
Gotcha. Hey,
And after a shot or two, Vermilion opens up with, "Okay, would you rather?" And he pauses to think. He says, "Comment on a dwarf or a hobbit size?" Wait. The dwarf is a warrior, and the hobbit is a wizard.
The hell is a hobbit?
halfling.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a funky name.
Hmm.
He came up with
it's
it
not
himself.
generally well received nowadays. It's a little bit, not.
It's a bit of a
it's
slur,
byproduct
then.
of older times.
It's a
He
slur.
grew up in different.
Sure you can say that, Rifter? I mean, Vermilion?
Fellas, it's
Rifter's
okay. I have the H-Wood pass.
Oh, you have a halfling friend. It's one of those moments.
I'll have you know, I can't be racist. One of my best friends is a halfling.
Oh, when can we meet him?
Because he's dead.
Hmm.
That doesn't count then, though.
Cause he's dead. Ding, do-do-do-do.
Yeah. A small tear goes down Vermilion's eye.
Probably
Well, in any case,
probably
I
a warrior.
agreed. I would be far less threatened by the warrior than the wizard.
Yeah, wizards do shit. He looks at Sternhard.
I put my mug down after taking a big chug. What was the question?
Would you rather comment on a dwarf warrior's size or a halfling wizard?
Wizard, easily.
Wait, why?
You're bolder than most of us.
Magic first magic, baby.
Oh,
I wield magic as well, but that doesn't mean I'm itching to get into a fight with a wizard.
but you can't counterspell. Maybe that's why.
No, but I have other ways of dealing with wizards.
If I were to fight a warrior, we would not be on even ground. At least when a spellcaster is a spellcaster, the fight is somewhat fair, even if reality is bending around us.
Out of altruism.
I would just say warrior because it's easier for me, based on my combat style, to fight a warrior.
I point to Darius. Exactly. I can stab up a wizard, and I know he or she is going to be dead. But, and I go ahead and I tap Lorik a bit. Some big mother hubbard like him. Oh no, he can take a stabbing.
Let's not test that theory for your sake, Vermilion.
We don't have to. I've seen it firsthand. And then,
I mean, I guess people like us, we can always... Like, he raises up the mage color poison. I still have about half of this left. This could easily... I mean, I hit Rakt with a little bit of this. And his magic went away.
So, stupid question. What would happen if I drank it?
It would give you a really bad diarrhea.
Lorik raises a finger as if to try and comment on the situation, but then puts it down because he has no fucking idea at this point.
Gee, if
Like,
only.
really bad.
If only
like
we had
sliding
some medical
out of it.
professionals to give advice.
If I look at that for a second there,
Yeah, give me a minute.
Sure. Just don't drink it. He gives it to you.
wasn't
So it's
planning
more
on
of out of curiosity that would, if because you know I
You'll be
have
sliding
immunity
out of the
to
outhouse.
Normal, I have immunity to normal poisons because of my blood, but I'm curious about this mage kind of
Wait.
poison.
Darius. Are you immune to diarrhea?
No, I'm not immune to the shits.
Oh! plot thickens.
Let me tell you, eating something bad does not equal poison.
Even though we call it food poisoning.
My knowledge grows.
And the only reason I can tell you that is because that happens to me as much as it does to anyone else.
I'm so glad this is how D&D went. We ended up here.
I hand the vial back to Dyer and I say,
We always end up here.
There's only... It is a loop. There's only one station, and it is
Yeah.
this. And it is so
So-
hiddity.
What did you find, Zernhoff?
nothing. I just wanted to look at it closely.
Oh, hell
Hello
yeah.
walks in and is just taken
Wait.
aback by the entire scene of the bar. Like, what's going on in here?
Wait, Dyer,
Especially this.
Wait, Dyer, you can't use magic. What would happen if you drank it?
I'll
is a good
probably
point.
just like I would like shit so hard I would like just turn inside out.
Hey, can we
probably.
stop at this metaphor?
Hello everyone. What is this
Aquila!
conversation?
You don't
Oh, want to try a
know.
drink?
Run.
Thank you.
Aquila, run.
No, stay.
No
We
better
need your help.
than to accept drinks from y'all.
What's your poison, Lassie?
Well, I suppose after the help floor. it's best.
Something with a low alcohol content, probably just cider.
Ugh, pity.
He turns around
Like
and
to
orders
keep
a cider.
it simple.
She
Stupid.
yells over. Apple, vinegar, orange, or grape?
Apple.
Apple. And then turns around and starts preparing some.
Rifter. You like yourself some good alcohol, right? Or vermilion, he said vermilion. Freudian slip.
Oh, don't give him the shock stop.
If I were to pay for it, would you stomach through one shot of shock stop? Not even a tankard, just a shot.
Doesn't seem like a good idea. I mean,
Darius,
so
if that works on us, then what in the hells would it even do to Vermilion?
See,
Probably something not very good.
I mean, it's still just alcohol, right? Just inebriate him extremely. We've
I'm sure
You
already
it's
realize
seen
that
that
gonna-
happen.
alcohol poisoning kills people, right?
yeah, it might kill him.
Does? Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
He's-
Yes.
Rifter suddenly is like, it does?
Yes. You can drink so much that you literally die, guys. So maybe don't do that.
What about water?
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard
Wait.
to, but you can.
What?
That apple juice.
Literally
I mean-
anything. It's called overhydration. It's,
Too much of anything can kill, really.
What about love?
it's really, really hard to drink too much water unless, something really extreme has happened.
Mm-mm.
Sloric kind of looks up at Aquila as she says that.
I mean, it's not that hard. I
Floric,
can
you
go
don't
get a
count.
bunch
You're
of
made
water.
of water.
Yes, but could you drink enough water to kill yourself?
Want
Yes.
to find out?
I'd rather not
No.
tell you what you're right now.
No, don't test it. I've seen it happen. Stop.
I'd very much
Wait, you
rather
saw?
not.
On Lord's,
It was a stupid contest in a town. Don't get me started.
I'd very much rather not send you to the collector right now.
When Lork said too much of anything can kill you, Rifter wrote that down. Experiment with apples on Thomas Volstrom. Killed him.
There's cyanide in apples.
What's that?
Make him. Oh, feed him apple seeds. Like
I mean,
grapes.
it's one of the least effective ways you could ever try to kill a person.
I was thinking about pelts.
I think that's the point. Slow and steady.
Well, you might have luck with throwing apples at him if you're a
You
good
would-
enough shot.
Better off
Yeah.
concentrating cyanide and then just dripping some into his. I would think.
I think the inefficiency is part of the fun.
You guys are very lucky that you're like on the very outskirts of the Empire.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
You
didn't
don't
have this
have to worry about
conversation
all
at the
of
start of the session.
That's why we're having it
He
now,
never
baby.
said anybody's name out loud. They don't know who we're talking.
He said
Yeah,
one
we could
person's
be anybody.
name.
Worry about
He said
all of you.
Thomas Volstrom, so.
He said he wrote that down.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I wrote it down and I showed like Struenhoff, like, hey, I basically went like Jimmy wanna see a frog to Struenhoff.
Well, damn, I guess I'm just a fraud.
you are fraud.
But yeah, I go ahead and I take a few more shots, get a little bit dumber, and then I'm like, I just start asking Aquila insane medical questions.
Have lay on hand in case Rifter gets too drunk.
So, if I had 2 hearts, would that make me twice as strong?
Not twice as strong, but your cardio would be amazing.
Okay, what about 3 legs? Would that
That's more
make-
of a mechanical question than a medical one. I don't know how that would work quite well.
It's gotta get.
I like how Aquila is genuinely answering this.
Who I am.
She's probably been asked a lot dumber anyway.
Rifter needs to up his game.
Is there a spot on the human body where if I touch it, you will explode?
No.
What about the tiefling one?
Is it possible to eat yourself?
Eat
Yes.
yourself for like
I
food
mean, auto
and never die.
cannibalism is certainly recorded, but only in extreme situations where that person has already had one of their limbs cut off.
All right, and
If-
with that, I'm going to try and secure some rooms for all of us.
Alright, bye,
Don't-
Lorik.
Don't
That's a
kill
good point.
yourselves while I'm away.
You can't make me.
We'll only do it to
I can
the
make you.
ruler of a savage kingdom
Won't let you.
city.
What is that?
Aww.
If you kill yourselves, I will bring you back.
And then
What
kill
if
us?
we kill ourselves again?
Ah, what will you do then, big boy?
As you step forward to
You
the
don't want to
barman,
know.
to the barmaster, she just looks at you and just shakes her head like disapprovingly.
I know.
What can I do for you?
I would like to rent 4 rooms, please.
Alright. She does it. Since it's currently the day before the festival, it's half off. And she
Ah,
goes
thank you.
she goes ahead and takes the 4 silver from you.
Laura Cancer, the 4 silver. It's 3 silver and 10 copper, if that ends up being alright with her.
It is.
Eat.
I blow over a silver to Lorik's direction with my magic.
Loric very
You just
pointedly
pay?
ignores it.
It
you
hits
just
him
pay?
in the face.
And he attempts to head up to his room now that he has successfully paid.
What did he just do? Where's
He just
going?
paid!
I think he paid for us.
Have we
Boys.
decided Lorik's not allowed to for anything?
Dyer, can
Let's
you
get
grab
him.
that silver?
Yeah, he
Well,
picked up the
just-
silver.
I'm
Tosses
in
it
love
back
with
to
him
you.
or something?
No, I
I'm
meant give
gonna-
it to him, and then I send the silver immediately back to him.
Yeah, what if I reverse pickpocket it into his body? Well, not into his body, but on his self.
Oh no.
Otherwise, it'll be really, really painful. I'm gonna do that, and Dyer makes his way to follow Lorik, but of course he like also just mainly finds his way back into our room that he paid for everybody. So I will try to so how much was it?
It was a total of 4 silver.
Or
I will not be
silver.
accepting
Alright, can I
repayment.
try? Can I try?
May
Can I
attempt.
try to? Yeah, can I try to like put 4 silver in Lorix's pockets?
You may. The only
How do I
question
do
is,
so?
are you going to do it right now where you have to open a door to enter the room that he is currently in to do so?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Okay,
He's gonna do it.
Start with the stealth. Also,
Okay.
you are drunk. So yeah, he's drunk. Let's say he's drunk. Let's go with it.
Lorik is not drunk.
No. Shush. Dyer is drunk. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lorik's drunk.
Yeah. You're saying in Dyer's eyes, Lorik is drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, let's see.
So would that
Stealth.
stealth be disadvantage then?
Nope.
No,
He's just that
because
good.
I have advantage. I have
He's just that
advantage
good.
on slowly moving.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Do I get advantage or does
Yes,
that cancel
you
out?
get
Does that happen?
advantage.
Yo,
Pog.
sneaky boy.
Alright, part 1 of 2. You successfully barely open the door to like a millimeter and slide through as a paper slice entering his room.
All right. What's the next step?
Next step is sleight of hand. This time just at flat. No advantage, no disadvantage.
Ooh, that's not very high for me at least.
No, it's not, but it's high enough. It has deposited. Now make the final stealth check to exit. Also,
Do
with
I exit
advantage.
slowly or would I have to leave fast
Also
because
with
you know
advantage, you're
he's
fine.
there? Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
what's your
wait.
passive perception?
11.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh,
Shit sucks.
and thus we did it again.
Once a motherfucking again, baby.
Lorik continues to have the inability to pay for things.
Vermilion, whatever happened to the woman you were courting?
Oh, we decided that tomorrow would be ideal.
Ooh.
Vermilion rubs his head, has one more shot, rubs his head some more.
My good friend, you seem to be rather adept at this sort of thing.
I am a lot more charming than some would give me credit. Ugh.
He very
Fucking guy.
weakly gets up. Thinks he's hugging Aquila, but hugs Slorik and says, "Good night, my very lovely friends.
Slorik's ears kind of move down his body a little bit and wrap gently around your neck.
I say, I love you too, Aquila. Now is goodbye.
And
Stop.
with that, you kind of start to walk, and you kind of walk a little bit through Slorik and over him a little bit.
I like slur Darius and Strinhoff's names. I'm just like, Dariusov, fucking guy, and I go off.
As you do,
Fuck you
quite
too.
literally bump into Lorik.
I bump into him, and then as I look up, I kind of like put my hand on his chest. And I'm like, hey, buddy. I'm smiling at you very, very hard.
I'm just how far gone Rifter is. Just as a matter of course, Lorik gives him 5 points of lay on hands.
Oh, you bitch.
Just to keep him from having a horrific hangover in the morning.
Well, Rifter, you suddenly feel a lot less woozy.
My eyes come back and my brain is on now 30% instead of 10. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I kiss his titty and then I go off.
What?
I kiss his titty.
Is
Well,
Lord
it's a-
currently wearing suit or armor?
Armor.
Okay,
He's on official business. He's gonna wear the armor.
gotcha.
I kiss your armor.
And plus, he
Here you
wouldn't be wearing the suit to just a festival. He would be wearing it to something like the play. Otherwise, he'd
okay.
be wearing his town clothes.
It's 100% platonic. It's not gay,
Ah.
Lamau.
Yeah, Lamar.
Anyway, yeah. So Rifter goes ahead and heads to bed. Does he see the silver on the end table?
I don't think you're going to the same room, are you?
Oh wait, end table. He means like his nightstand.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you could stumble into Lorik's room if you want.
I stumble into Lorik's room.
Yeah, I
Fine.
figured that Aquila wanted her own room, so I got probably one for me and Dyer, one for whoever wanted to bunk together, one for a solo, and then one for Aquila.
So,
Nice.
about like 10 seconds after you lay on a hand's Rifter and he's like 80% of the way up the stairs, you realize that you haven't given him a key card for any of the rooms.
I break in.
No. Yeah.
I thieves tool my way. Like
Hold on, go ahead
I'm-
and give me a sleight of hand with disadvantage. And Lorik, what do you do as you realize that he's upstairs without a key?
Lorik sighs dramatically and starts heading his way back up to Rifter to hand him a key.
As you head up, you see as the door to your room has already been popped open. Like he was only up there for like 3 seconds and he's already in the room.
Rogues.
I love this fucking class.
Rogue moment.
Rogue moment.
Do I see the 4 silver on the end table?
You absolutely do.
Would I recognize it as his or Dyer's?
No comment.
In that case, I just take the 4 silver.
Vermilion.
Oh.
I'm drunk. I'm not thinking. I see silver. I take silver.
Actually, yeah, that
You
is very
grab
much
the
expected.
silver, and then as you do so, you hear Lorik's voice as he calls out Vermilion's name. As you quickly turn around, like your head just craning as you look straight at him.
I
forgot your
hide
key.
underneath the covers, and I put the covers over me my entire body. He can't get me. I'm under the
Okay,
cover.
okay. Unironically, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
No fucking way.
Let's fucking pog.
So,
Please?
Lorik, you see as he jumps underneath the covers.
Vermilion, wherever the hell you are, just take your damn key. This isn't even your room.
So what do you then do, Lorik? He doesn't give you a response.
Do I remember which bed he dived
Yeah,
over
you
into
do.
the covers of? I am going to fling the key at that bed.
As you fling the key at that bed, it plumps right in the middle as it hits the cushion underneath.
Do what you will. I'm just going to make sure that the others don't kill themselves.
You can't get me. I'm underneath the blanket, and then I pass out.
Hold on. What do you do next, Lorik?
He's heading back to make sure the others don't kill themselves.
Alright, as you take a step into the hallway, you look as Vermilion is currently picking the locks to one of the other doors.
Wait, what? Wait,
Lorik is going to pick him up by the scruff of the neck.
wait. Wait a minute.
You
I
dove
didn't
behind
see-
the covers and just did good enough to just sneak past him anyway. It was all a diversion.
Misdirection.
I just go to bed. I just say clearly this is not my night if I'm getting spotted by you, and I fucking pass out.
Yes, Lork will get Rifter the key to a room at some point.
I take it, but I just ask you why I need a key. I can get in just fine.
To make sure that you go into your room instead of someone else's.
But we'll be such good friends.
Well, how would you feel if some stranger came into your room and was sleeping in one of your beds?
Cool, new
Actually,
roommate.
no, don't answer that.
How hot are they?
No, before I asked.
You should have. And that was your mistake. And Rifter falls asleep.
Lorik is going to do the gentle dad carry to carry Rifter to his own room.
And that
You know, it's like-
concludes Rifter shit posts.
You know, the whole dad carrying a kid into his room.
Yeah.
Team dad. Alright. That is one person dealt with. Dyer, please tell me the others haven't tried to kill themselves yet.
I like bananas.
Okay. Ooh, hold on. I need a second. I've been handling it. That fucking broke me. I'm sorry. Hold on.
That was funny.
Hold on. Alright, JC. I know that this is a big fancy festival. You've spent like 3 weeks preparing on basically this and this alone. And I know that
think Wolfram might
their
be dead.
response is, I like
Oh,
bananas,
don't die.
but you need to push through it
Anyway.
anyway.
Lorik is just gonna kind
Oh,
of tersely
jeez.
give Dyer directions to his room. And he's going to pass out the remaining 2 keys in whatever formation they want them.
Fucking I like bananas. God damn it. Piece of shit, garbage ass man. What? Okay.
He was
All right.
drunk.
He's
Who
drunk.
wants
He's
to-
drunk. Let's go.
Who wants to room with Vermilion to make sure he doesn't get up to anything? And who
think
wants to be on
probably
their
on
own?
him.
Probably best be you.
I'll keep an eye on him. I need to talk
I
with him.
think
in
you're
the
right.
room.
All right,
19
jerk off.
silver archery card. Who wants it?
Darius, I suppose that leaves you to go on your own. And Aquila, I took the liberty of reserving a room for you since I know you like your privacy.
Thank you very much.
Unless anyone has any objections, I am going to extract myself from this and pretend that none of the nonsense today happened.
Reasonable coping mechanism.
And does the party generally head to their rooms?
I think so, yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Night, Darius.
As Slorik walks along and begins to make his way up the steps, he kind of runs back down the steps for a moment and, like, just nabs at a rat that was passing by as he begins to eat it before continuing up the steps.
Goodness.
Convenient.
I give him.
If you're
a thumbs
hungry,
up.
you could have just asked for some food, honey.
He
I mean,
doesn't
he's-
get hungry. He just has a. He has an urge.
He's doing a service as well.
That
Most
too.
people would have to pay for that sort of thing.
I should charge the barkeep for that.
Slorik's just, like his eyes are just following whoever's talking at that time as he's making his way up the stairs. Very carefully.
Pep, good slime.
Good slime.
His body squeezes together and he gets a little tall.
He tall.
Oh.
Wait, where is he? He is not here with us.
Right, he is not. Don't keep him
exactly?
summoned all the time.
He.
It's not a summon though, right? He's just like always there.
Not necessarily. No, his little crystal heart, I can unsummon summon him
Gotcha.
based around that.
Everyone else is getting a little pet.
Alright, so this is
That
the
should get-
part where I'm going to ask the party. Would you like to go ahead and do the intro of the next day, or would you like to call it here?
Oh yeah, let's do
Prefer
the
to
beginning of
call
the next
it.
day.
I would prefer to call it.
I think we
personally.
should call it. I think this is a good endpoint.
Well, I
and
like
think
firm
the intro to the
stopping
next day
points.
would be a good intro.
Yeah.
to the next
There's
session.
one thing that me and Dyer really want to do at the beginning of the next day, if that's alright.
Alright, well, I'm sure we can talk it out and figure out something to do for it.
Wait, so what are we doing?
At
Debating
the
whether to
moment,
go-
I don't think we're doing anything, and I think we're just talking about prepping for next session.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
you know what?
We
I
could
think
just-
it's fine. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it works next
we could just
at the
have
beginning
as
of next
like
session.
a cliff note, like, hey, by the way, Dyer and Lork or Rakt, whichever one you're gonna be, is doing a thing.
Well,
Yeah.
if we want to do a cliffhanger, the simple thing is that, oh no, as you guys are sleeping, one of the fire rocks goes off. Oh no!
No,
Or
Which one
Darius
was
could-
it?
Or Darius could always have another nightmare.
Whose fire rock went off?
Wait, that doesn't show up. Why is it not showing up?
It is absolutely showing up.
It is definitely showing up.
It's not showing up on my stream. I do not
Your
like
stream
the
is
same
weak.
I am.
Lothair has officially shown off his animation.
Yeah, what a shame.
Lothair is showing off his anime collection.
His anime collection, yeah.
His anime collection, yeah.
Didn't know he was a fucking
Suddenly,
weeb.
Rifter started bleeding from the mouth. Some of Lorik's old lightning breath garbage ends up coming out as well. The party has a jolly bad time before we close off the stream. And what a good
Understandable.
stream
Have
it
a nice
was.
day. Yeah,
It was
Thanks to
cool.
our sponsor.
I liked it.
that fight was awesome.
I agree.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
had a lot of fun. That was we've been planning for a long time for that, huh?
Man, I'm so looking forward to going through and watching this VOD.
Yeah. Are you doing good?
That series of crits was literally perfect.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
loved
know,
it. It
right?
was so cinematic, dude. Oh, that was so fun.
Don't even have to smudge a thing. Feels
Yeah.
good. I'm sometimes a fan of smudging stuff if it's like player on player, but with that it's like too good for it.
I am genuinely surprised that it actually went as it did, given that Rakt was level 13 for that.
Yeah.
Wait, he was
13?
13?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was. Like that's the thing. I like looked at what you guys had and I just said, you know what? Let's actually bump Rakt up a bit.
Holy shit, you
Eh.
got poopied on.
And it still wasn't enough. But yeah, just given like essentially the smudging's just a little bit of like legendary resistance or whatever is the idea sometimes. But with how it was going, I'm like, actually this is just cool as heck. Ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Dyer pretty much is the character that he just has enough shit to throw at anybody to just kill them. He
Anyway,
just has a
I
thing in
mean,
his bag.
unless I do
anything.
think that there's like I do feel like he only wins if people can just like fucking
hard
murder
mark
him.
him.
yeah.
Anyway, thank you everyone for showing up today. This was a great session. Hopefully I get to see you next week.
Peace, everyone.
Yeet.